Hello, good morning from a very windy College Valley. This is an area in north of Northumberland, right at the border of England and Scotland. So the idea of staying here at College Valley, which is quite unknown and really untouched, is because I was searching on this independent hostels website and found an accommodation, a bunkhouse hostel that is located here. I was so intrigued by its remote location. So I actually asked Melissa, a dear friend of mine, to come with me and spend the next 40 hours to actually enjoy ourselves in this remote area of the UK. So we are out now going to take a walk within the area. I think we got very comfortable staying at the bunkhouse because not only it sort of provides a very safe shelter, but there is a sense of coziness. It's actually interesting because College Valley, where we're at now, was purchased as a private land, I think, in 1920s. Unless you have a permit to actually get to this region, you're not actually allowed to just roam around. Hello there! So that's another sign of establishment. Perhaps that could be someone living there. So this is the village hall. This is actually often used as a wedding venue. Suddenly it becomes very busy. So we've arrived at the parking spot to our starting point for the trail today. I think we will be taking a light to Margate. A couple of hours trail. Melissa is potentially looking at the map that we are going to use somewhat to navigate ourselves later, and hopefully we will be able to dip ourselves into one of the river streams and have a bit of a swim. I don't know if you can see this tiny wall from afar. That's basically the division between private land and that's probably public owned. I mean, imagine having the ability to purchase such massive. Yeah, it's also like, I think it was purchased years ago and then eventually they turn it into a foundation trust fund. I think that bit is where we're going to, and I can see some sheep and lamb. Is it just me, or anyone here is also as excited as seeing sheep and lambs or any animal? Oh my god, they're so cute. Hello! wish I can talk to the sheep, or at least the lamb, because they are very, very cute. Often they are just grazing peacefully, avoiding you at all costs. What I've realized is I think the lambing season, because I remember someone told me, someone who owns a croft or a farm, spring is about the right time for lambing season. And then we've been actually seeing quite a lot of baby lamb. They're just so stunned and entertained by this sheep and baby lamb. And I think some of these lambs are quite curious as to why are these two women looking at us? So Melissa and I have been looking for some sort of waterfall, but there is a river stream. Gorgeous. That was incredibly refreshing. We had such a lovely time just dipping ourselves into the river, and I think such cold water is really good for the body because your nervous system is so awake. It's awake and it makes you feel alive, at least for me. I feel quite warm now, and we're just walking back to the car park to decide whether we're going to a pub for dinner or back to the hostel to have a bit of soup. Good morning from Mount Huli. It's the second day. The weather doesn't really agree with us because it's quite windy, but Melissa and I are actually going out to the nearest waterfall. This part of England, specifically north of Northumberland, reminds me slightly of the Scottish Highlands. Practically walking through bogs, some parts of it. just think this is a true wilderness. Like, really untouched beauty, part of not only England but the UK in general. Northumberland is not highly touristic as much as the Lake District or even some parts of Scotland. But I think they're missing out, to be honest with you. Oh, look at this. It's gorgeous. Look at us in the wilderness. Cheers. Cheers for going out. I mean, we can try dipping our toes into it and see how we feel about that. Look at this narrow path. It's gorgeous though. Gobsmacked with this. Incredible. What would you say? So we are trying to climb. That's very brave. Look at you looking out like that in the wild with your yellow jacket. Awesome. I don't quite trust the climb just because the climb itself will be fine. It's mostly the going down. Look at that, gorgeous. How do we go up there? The things that we do. I know. Honestly. It looks like this has more path, right? Yeah. Like people have taken this before. So Melissa thinks that we can probably walk there. I don't 100% trust this because there is no actual path. But because Melissa is a dear friend of mine, I trust her judgment. That says a lot about friendship, don't you think? We may have to cross it. Oh, I'm so scared! Oh, I'll just have to. Now I'm stuck.
We can say we went rock climbing instead.
We did. Whoa, thank you. Look at this. This looks a bit like Game of Thrones. Film setting for Game of Thrones. Looks a bit like Northern Ireland or Ireland. So Mo and I have decided to actually just go back using the same route rather than making our way into such detour. It's amazing. It makes you feel so tiny. Feels like you are in one of like film settings and whatnot. We thought that the trekking bit of this is actually getting a bit harder than what we anticipated. The initial plan was to actually swim a bit, swim to one of these or just like have a bit more cold swimming, cold dip. The waterfall over here is also gorgeous, but the trek to this is even more challenging. I may regret this. Oh, that's good.
What?
Yeah. Should we not do it?
You can.
Oh, but that won't be fun if I'm doing it alone.
I might be able to. I just have to do it really slowly.
Whoa.
You're brave.
Wow. Wow. Oh. Wow. Okay, change my voice.
Jesus, Lord! Get inside! Oh, it's great! Yeah!
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very cute. At least we've got footage. Proof that we actually did it. Okay, let's go back. It's a bit cold.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Make sure to check out my Instagram and Patreon if you haven't already, and I can't wait to see you again on the next video. Bye!